Yo, welcome to the Waysverse, man. This is the final episode of the season of the Waysverse. Until next season, we're going to bid you adieu after tonight, but we still have a show to do. And I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here live with my homeboys, the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. What's happening, fellas?
What's good? Mute.
He's muted, so yeah, it's the old classic.
What's good, y'all?
We ain't seen the old classic Big Ed move in a while, so
Crazy part is he just did this right before we started.
So it's only right that he does it for the final episode of the Waysverse.
Right?
Take us back to old times. So Ways, what are we talking about today, man?
All right. This week we're listing down our top 10 quarterbacks of all.
Ooh. This should be interesting.
Yes.
I've got 11.
I've got quite a few. I got 16.
How many you got, Big Ed?
Well, I wrote down 10, but I got a few more for honorable mentions.
I just got 11. And I really want, you know what? I'm doing 11. I'm making it a tie for 10.
Okay.
I got a tie for 10.
Okay.
It's only right. It's only right. It's
I
only
should
right.
put it top 10 quarterbacks who are not Tom Brady. That way we can make sure he's not on anyone's list.
Tom Brady? Oh, no. Tom Brady's got to be on the list. What are you talking about?
I just thought about that. I was like, man, I don't want to give that man that kind of props.
You got to.
You know what? He's retired now. I could give him the love now.
There was two of them I wanted to leave off the list, but I had to put at least one of them on.
I know. I know you did.
We'll get to that soon.
Good Lord have mercy. This little fucking gnat is fucking with me. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do all the F words, man. My bad. Let's do this, man, so we can get out of here. Look at me. Back to the crown. Back to the crown.
Yeah, I'm just finishing mine up right now.
Yo, big ups. I want to give a big ups to Johnny the Mechanic. It's his birthday. Yo, this one for my homie right there.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
But until football season is over, that's the last bit of love you get.
We are excessively competitive. We are main big time rivals, but we're also friends. So happy birthday to the homie. I know he's about 90 today.
I was thinking he should be up there with Methuselah, shouldn't he?
Yeah, that motherfucker's up there with Salt. He's about old as Salt. As long as niggas been putting salt on green beans, this nigga been around. He was the first one to put hot sauce.
Well, I have to say thank you then, if that's the case.
The first nigga to put hot sauce on a piece of ham. That is Johnny the Mechanic.
Don't get it twisted. That's fire.
That motherfucker invented charcoal. He's been around for a while. Oh man. Anyway, we got two shows tonight.
Yeah.
You know what? He's gonna come up again in the second show.
Mm-hmm.
Second show is all about fantasy football. So it's what it is. Oh, is that me? That is me making noise. My bad. I had to do that so that I could do this. That's all. So anyway, man, Ways, that's it? We gonna go ahead and get started?
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
All right, I have a tie for number 10.
All right.
At number 10, I have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Tied at number 10. I'm putting them together right there at number 10. Okay. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I couldn't decide which one needed to be 10, so I put them both there.
They both should be number 100. Fuck them both. My number 10, Sid Luckman.
Okay. Um, my number 10. You know what? I'm gonna make my number 10 a tie as well. Because I didn't feel comfortable leaving my tied individual off of the list.
That's how I felt.
So my original number 10 is Ben Roethlisberger, but I'm gonna attach Aaron Rodgers as well.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Okay.
mine was Brett Favre, and I couldn't leave Aaron Rodgers out. It's too. They married to me.
That's fair. Similar play style.
Number 9, Steve Young, the lefty.
Ooh. My number 9, Fran Tarkenton.
Okay.
Okay.
My number 9 is Donovan McNabb.
Okay. All right. That's actually good. Did y'all remember when Donovan McNabb got drafted that he got booed?
Yeah. And then they loved him.
Yep.
Yep, he got booed when they drafted because they wanted Reggie Bush, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or they wanted somebody. There was somebody else in the draft they wanted. And,
I say if it was Reggie, man, I bet they happy now.
whoever it was, they was happy because the other guy didn't turn out to be as good as Donovan. So,
Right.
well, I don't think it was Reggie. I think Reggie came out when the Texans didn't pick Reggie and they picked Mario. What was his fucking name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Defensive tackle Mario, defensive end, I think.
Yeah.
God damn, I can't think of his name. It's gonna come to me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they picked him instead and left Reggie Bush on the table. So they wasn't Reggie. It was somebody else they wanted, and so they booed when they picked McNabb. Anyway, that's it. Meanwhile, because he was the second pick, Donovan, whereas Mario was the first pick. And I can't think of this dude's name. It's driving me crazy. Number 8, Peyton Manning.
Okay. My number 8, I got Doug Williams.
All right. You got a lot of old timers. My number 8, I got Dan Marino.
Ooh, good one. Major oversight on my part. Major oversight on my part. My number 7, I've got Drew Brees.
My number 7, I got the aforementioned Brett Favre.
My number 7 is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what's interesting about that?
What's that?
My number 6 is Patrick Mahomes.
My number 6 is Randall Cunningham.
Oh, how did I miss Randall?
I didn't miss him. He's in my honorable mentions, so I'm going to cross him off of there.
I'm a little upset about that.
Cross
My
him
number
off.
6 is Mike Vick.
Ooh. I missed him.
Yeah, he was one of my honorables.
I missed him. My number 5 is Fran Tarkington.
My number 5 is Warren Moon.
Oh, it takes it right off my honorable mentions.
Mine too.
My number 5 is Jay-Z's well older cousin, Troy Aikman.
That was number 5.
Yeah.
My number 4 is the Snake.
Ken
Kenny
Stabler.
Kenny Stabler he was one of the most interesting stories I heard of Kenny Stabler came from John Madden. John Madden said they were in a big game. It was a playoff game. It was a tough game. It was close, and he was stressed. It was right near the end. Near the end of the game, they trying to drive home, and he said Ken Stabler walks up to him on the sideline and said, "Hey, coach," and he's like, "What do you want? What?" And he fired up and he looked at me and said, "This crowd is sure getting their money's worth today, ain't they?" He said that right there. I knew we were about to win that game. So yeah, the Snake Kenny Stabler for that moment.
My number 4 is the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl, Dan Marino.
That's him. He is the best QB to never win one. I agree.
My number 4 is Steve Young.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Now I got a really simple question for you guys this week,
Okay.
dealing with these quarterbacks.
Dealing with these quarterbacks.
Who is the worst quarterback you have ever seen?
The worst quarterback I've ever seen. That's a tough question because now I got to remember a bad
Cade
quarterback.
McNown.
Cade?
Cade McNown.
Oh, the one that went to the Raiders.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Oh,
Worst
man.
ever. Worst
Oh,
ever
shit.
seen.
Forget about Tim Couch and Ryan Leaf.
Man. Y'all forget about Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow.
See, Tebow won some games though.
And Tebow went to the playoffs.
And won a playoff game in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that is true. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Tebow had a nice little run. I'm gonna give Tebow a little love. He had. Don't get me wrong. He was trash, but he had a nice little run.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. The Lions blew them out that year. The Lions were sorry as hell, but they blew Tebow out. They beat Tebow in them 45 to nothing down there. They smashed Tebow. That shit was funny as hell to me. But yeah, for me it's Jamarcus. That was just sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Came out there fat as hell.
He was the original Zion Williamson.
That motherfucker came out fat as hell. That motherfucker was the original John Daly.
Golfer.
Ooh.
Terrible. I couldn't believe how big he was.
Came out trying to play quarterback looking like a linebacker.
First overall pick too, right?
That man did not look like a linebacker, bro. That man looked like a straight up center.
Yeah, he looked like a straight up sumo wrestler.
Good Lord. Yeah.
That motherfucker was he came out there. Oh, you can eat.
He became the spokesman for Old Country Buffet real quick.
Oh, you can eat. Oh, my old schoolers get that. My old schoolers get that one. That was the Fat Boys. That was a Fat Boys song. Oh, you can eat. All right.
For 3.
Number 3 from the Dallas Cowboys, Roger the Dodger Staubach.
For my number 3, I got Peyton Manning.
Nice. My number 3 is Tom. It's Brett Favre.
Okay. All right.
A little high for him, but
I always loved watching Brett Favre, even if he would
Me
kick my
too.
ass. He
Me
was
too.
fun to watch.
Very fun to watch. Very fun to watch, man. I don't knock that at all. Brett was a monster back then, and he was a lot of fun to watch. My number 2 is Jared Goff. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I was like, damn.
Eric Hipple. Let's see. My number 2 is Tom Brady.
great minds think alike. Because he's also my number 2.
That makes 3 because he is my number 2 as well.
So he's a consensus number 2, which means we probably also have a consensus number 1,
No, we don't.
which is Joe Montana.
Yep.
Oh, we don't. He said no.
Hey, hold on.
Somebody different. Who you
I
got?
got Peyton Manning.
Okay. Peyton Manning over Tom Brady?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Not
that's
time that Tom Brady kicked his ass.
I grew up.
Tom Brady just kicked his ass too much. You can't do. It's one thing to go cross. Take somebody that wasn't in his era, different eras. But if they're in the same era, it got to be the guy that dominated.
I like
Yeah.
Peyton Manning more. Peyton Manning
He got his ass
left the
kicked
opportunity-
though.
Yeah, because Peyton Manning left the opportunity for other teams to win.
So how does that make him better than Tom Brady?
Because I hold a grudge against Tom Brady. All right.
Oh yeah,
Every
no,
year,
this ain't
I
about
knew
your
if
grudges.
I
Yeah.
picked against Tom Brady, I was losing in the Super Bowl when it came to the Super Bowl, and it pissed me off because it was a spoiler.
Okay, well that ain't got nothing to do with Okay, so you be picking your list. Then you thinking with your heart and not your head. You sound like Big Ed.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, all right. So that makes it illegitimate, man. Come on now, you can't if they if they're in the same era, picking Patrick Ewing over Michael Jordan. It's one thing
Right.
to say LeBron and Jordan because they're in different eras. You don't see them face to face, but you can't say Patrick Ewing over Jordan because they was in the same era and he got his ass kicked. So you know what? You just fucked up the whole game. But you know who's missing? Is Joe Namath was missing from my list, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Joe Namath belongs somewhere on my list. So
Johnny Unitas.
I'll
One.
give him. Oh wow, yeah, great one.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I give that's seriously honorable mentions for Joe Namath and Johnny Unitas. Two big ones. Bart Starr was another.
Yep. Len Dawson.
John
Dawson is a big one. Yeah, absolutely.
Elway.
Elway, holy shit! How did I miss Elway? Damn, yeah, Elway. I can fit Elway in my top 10. I bumped my 10 tie for Elway.
He was better than both of them.
Shit.
Steve McNair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If I was doing hard overhead, Steve McNair would be right up there in my top 3.
Mhm.
Steve McNair is one of my favorite quarterbacks ever.
Yes, I agree.
He is one of my favorite. I'm not talking about the best quarterbacks of all time, just my favorites. Steve McNair is in my top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to just love watching that dude play.
I have an autographed football, Tennessee Titans football from with Steve McNair's autograph on it.
Oh wow, that might be worth some money.
Dan Fouts.
Yeah, Dan Fouts. Yeah, Eric Coryell. Y'all know Ways don't know nothing about Eric Coryell.
I don't.
Before his time. That's what that was their coach. The coach, and they called him Eric Coryell because they was the first team to air it out. Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow. Oh man, them cats they used to air it out. That was one of the first teams to air it out like that. Just throw it like they played today. They played back then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Coryell.
Speaking about quarterbacks airing it out, Kurt Warner.
You just took it right off my list because I was sure gonna say Kurt
Okay.
Warner.
Okay, I can show some. You ever seen this movie?
No.
It's pretty good. It was a good one watch movie. It's
Yeah.
not one you go back and watch a second time, but to see it one time, it's a good flick. It's
Okay.
Did anyone ever say Drew Brees at all?
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
on my
I had to
list.
make sure. Yeah, he was another one of those guys I really enjoyed watching too.
Yeah, me too. But I liked him in college, so I was always rooting for him in the pros. I thought he got a bad rap when they got to the pros and they was down talking to him. I'm like, this dude can throw the ball a mile. He was at Purdue. He was very very good quarterback. Purdue. So yeah, I definitely had to have Drew Brees on my list.
Otherwise, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I
Somebody
got.
said Greg Landry?
Ooh, I know I did it.
Yeah. Nobody had Eric Kramer? Elvis Gerback? Nobody? Joe Flacco?
Dilfer.
Hey, he said
Yeah.
Joe Flacco. I forgot about Joe.
Tony
The
Easton?
Hasselbacks.
Hasselback brothers.
Oh,
Tony
Matt,
Easton. You said Tony Easton. Oh shit! Speaking of Tony Easton, what about
Jim
Doug Flutie?
McMahon.
Doug Flutie.
oh,
Doug
Doug.
Flutie.
Flutie.
Doug. I like Doug Flutie though. Actually, I
Yeah.
like Doug Flutie.
He actually deserves to be up on that honorable mentions list.
Yeah. Actually, he does. Yeah, I like Flutie. Flutie.
Who's one of the toughest quarterbacks you ever saw?
Brett Favre, man.
Brett Favre, man, that
I gotta
man.
go with Jim. I gotta go with Jim McMahon.
I don't know. Brett was a tough
Brett.
man.
He
Yeah,
played a game. Jim McMahon played a game with a ruptured kidney.
Yeah.
yeah,
Brett
but that's
Favre.
one game. But Brett Favre,
Brett
that
Favre
man
was a
getting
monster.
licked
though.
all
Brett Favre
game
was all
long.
day. And he played with broken hands. How you play quarterback with a broken finger on your throwing hand. That motherfuckers
And still win.
and
That's the
still
best
win.
part.
Yeah, no, I'm going Brett. Brett was a tough guy, man. When it comes to the quarterbacks, I thought Brett was the tough. Was one of he was the last of the tough guys to me.
Yeah.
He was the toughest guy, and I tell you who else was tough as hell too, though. Steve McNair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve McNair was tough as nails.
And,
He was definitely tough as nails.
and we can also put Ben Roethlisberger on that list as well.
Yeah, Ben belonged in my. You mentioned him though. He was in your. He was
Yeah.
on your list.
Cam.
Cam
Cam
Newton
Newton.
He was tough, but
had a couple great seasons.
yeah. But I will not discount his toughness at all.
Oh yeah,
No.
no, not at all, not at all. I don't discount his toughness, but he's yeah, but his greatness was cut short big time, largely because of his toughness.
Yep. You taking too many damn hits.
Yeah.
Took too many. Took too many. Well, this was a short show. Was one thing I've always enjoyed about the Waves verse. It's a list. Sometimes it takes a little time. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. But anyway, that's it for the Waves verse for this season. We want to thank y'all for joining us. We will be back next season. And coming up is episode 1, season 2 of the Showdown. In the meantime and in between time, you do your thing and I do mine. We out of here. Peace.